Hello, Stoic warrior. He who knows himself no longer needs to win arguments. Before we begin, if your goal is to master your mind more than your words, subscribe, not as a click, but as a vow, a silent commitment to your own growth. The path that leads to truth. Picture a cold dawn. The world is still. The air trembles softly like a thread waiting to be pulled. You walk alone. Your steps crush the dust beneath you. You feel something shifting, something in you that wants to be confronted, something that must be stripped bare. The Stoics repeated it endlessly. The first battle is never external. It's not against others. It's not against their opinions. It's not against their arguments. It is against your own ignorance. Socrates knew this. Marcus Aurelius lived it. Epictetus taught it with fire. Truth does not conquer with force. It conquers with clarity, with the courage to ask questions that cut deeper than any sword. Today, you will learn these questions. The 5 questions that dismantle any argument, not to dominate others, but to liberate yourself. The inner storm. Before the method, understand this. Most people are not seeking truth. They are seeking victory, ego, validation, the illusion of certainty. That is why they shout. That is why they cling to their views. That is why they attack. Arguments become shields. Words become armor. Truth becomes collateral damage. But you are not here to protect your ego. You are here to strengthen your mind. A Stoic does not seek to win. A Stoic seeks to understand, to illuminate, to purify. The Socratic Method is not a tactic. It is a cleansing, a storm that removes the dust and reveals what is genuinely solid. Question 1. What do you mean exactly? Simple, but devastating. It slices through vagueness. It exposes the fog. It reveals the hollowness of imprecise thinking. An argument cannot stand if its words are not clearly defined. Epictetus said, "Confusion begins with undefined terms." You want to turn an argument to dust. Start by removing the smoke around the concepts. When someone makes a claim, don't react, don't oppose. Simply ask, "What do you mean exactly?" Watch their shoulders stiffen. Watch their confidence wobble. Watch the ego recoil. Most people don't know what they're talking about. They repeat. They react. They imitate. This question reveals whether they have thought or merely spoken. Question 2. How do you know that? A solitary walk into the light. Just you. And truth. This question is the rising sun. Illusions cannot survive sunlight. How do you know that? Gentle, calm, merciless. It asks for the origin of their belief, its foundation, its root. Most arguments rest on nothing. Others on emotion. Others on borrowed assumptions. Very few rest on actual evidence. Socrates advanced by one principle: a belief must be justified, not felt. Ask this question and you force the other person to look at the ground beneath their own feet. Often, there is no ground. Question 3. Is there another way to see it? Marcus Aurelius question. The question of perspective. The question that opens the mind or shatters it. What we call truth is often just a point of view, a position, a habit of looking from one angle only. Move slightly and the entire picture changes. Shift the light and the shadow disappears. Ask, is there another way to see it? Many arguments crumble simply because they cannot survive a change of perspective. The horizon is different depending on where you stand. Truth 2. Question 4. What happens if we take this idea to its conclusion? This is the question of consequences, of internal logic, of hidden outcomes. Imagine a thread. Pull it. Keep pulling. Do not stop until everything the idea hides is exposed. Most beliefs, when stretched to their limit, become absurd, or dangerous, or empty. The Stoics knew this well. No idea is neutral. Every idea leads somewhere. Ask this question, and you reveal the destination. Often the person realizes their argument leads straight into a wall or off a cliff, and the argument collapses without you having to push. Question 5. What does this change for your life? The most Stoic question. The deepest, the most honest, the Stoics were not interested in intellectual games. They cared about life, virtue, courage, inner stillness. Asking, "What does this change for your life?" brings the argument back to the only ground that matters: personal transformation. Strip away the ego, strip away the noise, strip away the abstractions. What remains is reality. And if an argument changes nothing, then it is worth nothing. The method as a whole, the wind that clears the dust. These 5 questions are not weapons. They are light. They clarify. They purify. They reveal. When you use them, you are not destroying the other person. You are not humiliating them. You are not crushing them. You are simply revealing what stands and what falls. Truth has never feared questions. Only illusions tremble. The art of needing no victory one day, you will see it clearly. You no longer need to prove anything. Not to others. Not to the world. Not even to yourself. Arguments will appear like dust floating in morning light, visible but weightless. The only thing that matters is your inner mastery, your discipline, your calm, your virtue. That is true power, not crushing arguments, but transcending the need to win them. The wise man does not seek victory, he seeks clarity, and in clarity everything false collapses.